Here are 6 tips that will help you learn and memorize Bible verses quickly and easily. So the first is, if you're new to memorizing scripture, I recommend beginning with shorter verses, as this is going to be less daunting. These could be verses with profound but concise messages, like John 3:16 or Philippians 4:13. The simplicity of verses like these makes them easier to remember, providing a sense of accomplishment, and it also helps to build a foundation for memorizing longer passages later on. If it's some of the longer passages that you need to learn, I recommend dividing them up into smaller, more digestible segments. Then be sure to focus on one segment at a time. For example, if you're tackling a lengthy passage like Psalm 23, you might start with just the first verse, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," and commit that to memory before moving on to the next. This step-by-step approach is a tried and tested studying technique. It'll prevent you from feeling overwhelmed and helps create a clear mental structure, making it easier to connect the segments together later. Okay, the next tip is, before memorizing a verse, I recommend taking time to read the surrounding passages as well. Understanding the context, such as the historical background, the author's intent, and the overall message of the chapter or book, can significantly aid how quickly you learn the verse. For instance, knowing the circumstances in which Paul wrote Philippians helps deepen the understanding of a verse like Philippians 4:13, adding layers of meaning beyond just the words. You should also reflect on what the verse means both in its biblical context and also in your personal life. Ask yourself how the verse's teachings apply to your experiences or beliefs. This kind of reflective thinking not only aids in memorizing the verse, but also ensures that its message is internalized and understood, not just recited. Next, the act of physically writing down a verse can be a powerful tool for memorizing it. When you write, you engage multiple senses, sight, touch, and thought, which helps reinforce memory. You can use a notebook, index cards, or sticky notes, whatever works for you. Write the verse down several times to deepen the imprint on your memory. After writing the verse down, I like to place it in locations where I'll see it frequently throughout the day. For you, this could be on your bathroom mirror, as a background on your phone or computer, or just in your workspace. The key here is that the more you see this verse, the more likely you are to remember it. You can also carry the written verse with you in your wallet or pocket, and just give it a quick review during idle moments, like when you're waiting in line or during a break. Reading a verse out loud is a powerful technique that really works well for some people. Hearing the verse, especially in your own voice, will make it easier to memorize and recall, as it will sound familiar. Try to read with understanding and emphasis on different words each time, to highlight various aspects of the verse. As you read the verse out loud, do so multiple times, like an affirmation, and establish a rhythm or a cadence if that helps. This rhythmic repetition can turn the verse into something akin to a song or a poem, making it more memorable. If you're in a place where you can't read out loud, silently mouthing the words can also be just as effective, as it still involves active engagement and muscle memory. Another technique that's worked well for me over the years is to integrate the verse into my daily routine by setting specific times for studying it. This could be during a morning routine, lunch break, before bed. It really doesn't matter when. The key is consistent exposure at different times of the day, as this helps reinforce the memory. It's similar to how meals nourish the body, right? Regular exposure to the verse nourishes your memory. You can also incorporate the verse into your regular activities. For instance, while doing chores, commuting, or doing exercise. If you think about it, I'm sure you can find a time in your day. The method of integrating scripture into the fabric of your daily life not only aids memorization, but it also allows you to contemplate its application in various contexts. And finally, another technique is to develop a vivid mental image that relates to the verse you're trying to learn. For example, if the verse is about peace, you might visualize a calm sea or a tranquil garden. Visualizing helps in creating a mental association, making it easier to recall the words. Storytelling also helps. Try to form a narrative or story in your mind that incorporates the main themes or messages of the verse. This could be particularly effective for longer verses or passages. The more creative and detailed the story is, the more memorable it will be. This technique leverages a well-known memory training technique, and building a story around a verse also makes the process more engaging and enjoyable. And that's it. Before you go, please click on the video on the screen now to check out more of my work. Thank you very much and have a great day.